1 minute of silence. We are New Yorkers, and being New Yorkers is inherently stressful, and it's Wednesday in the middle of the week. So please join me in giving ourselves the gift of 1 minute of silence. So go ahead and close your eyes. We will seal our silence with one collective inhale and one collective exhale. You can open your eyes. So we actually didn't even complete 1 minute of silence. In July of 2016, I was on 12 days of silence. That's 17,280 minutes of silence. That was silence that involved no eye contact with another human being, no reading, no writing, and certainly no conversation, just me, myself, and my silence. My thoughts, my silence. I was living in northern India in a Tibetan Buddhist monastery. I had escaped. A dear friend and personal accountability partner said that I ran away, that I disappeared. And the reality is that I did. I went running because I felt shackled. I felt trapped. I felt suffocated, like I wasn't taking deep breaths. I was bound to the very baby that I had birthed, my organization. I was completely trapped to the idea that I had put out into the world. And so I left. For most entrepreneurs, their organization, their idea is their life's work. Mine began as such. As a dancer, I wanted to combine my passion and my purpose to help people connect to themselves and connect to one another, to express themselves, to thrive, to reach their full potential. I began what would become Move This World when I was 21 as a Fulbright scholar. I had no idea that it would arrive to the place we are today. But very quickly, I became so detached and so removed from this vision that was so important to me. I was no longer facilitating in schools. I was no longer creating content or developing curricula. I wasn't writing. I wasn't coming up with new programs or visiting schools. I was convincing people who had never even thought about self-work to care about it for teachers and students. I was raising money. I was managing a board. I was managing a staff. I was putting out fires. I was managing cash flow. And soon I came to resent the vision that I was so committed to but disconnected from. I think even more than resenting that vision, I grew to even hate it. So when it became clear to my friend and then to me that I had burnt out, that I was uninspired, that I was stagnant, that I wasn't creative, I disappeared. I disappeared to silence and to creativity. Anyone who has meditated or sat in silence for a period of time knows that it is uncomfortable. It's awkward to sit for so long, to sit for 16 hours a day. It's mentally challenging to control your thoughts and ignore all of the things that pop into your mind. It's emotionally uncomfortable to stare all of the things that you don't like about yourself smack in the face. But the wonder of it all is that it passes. Eventually, you forget about that pain in your lower back or your hip. You develop the mental fortitude to control your thoughts and bring your attention back to your breath, to being present. And eventually, you grow to look at your areas for development and growth with compassion and patience. This is the beauty of everything. It's ephemeral. Nothing is permanent. Even the company that I birthed. When I returned from my sabbatical 1 year later, I experienced the greatest joy of my life. I gave birth to another baby, this time a baby girl. I was elated and grounded all at the same time. I soaked in that joy for 3 months before the next mountain to climb and the next challenge presented itself. I was forced to make a really difficult personnel decision. I was faced with a very acute cash flow crisis that moved this world, that caused my husband and myself to spend 6 months of dinner conversations around this topic and impact whatever little sleep I was getting as the mother of a newborn. But this time, because of the self-work that I had done, I was ready to embrace that pain and that suffering. I was ready to lean into that challenge, to go toward it, because I knew that it wouldn't last, that it was temporal, that I would move through it. Because building Move This World has been the ultimate journey in pain. There have been more valleys than there have been mountaintops. And it's been very difficult to sit in those valleys when those mountaintops and those moments of pride or validation are few and far between. But I know that in order to get to that mountain peak, to sit and enjoy that picnic, we have to climb a mountain to get there. That riding that full wave of highs and lows is necessary to be able to soak in those wins. Today, almost 1 year since the cash flow crisis presented itself, and almost 2 years since my good friend saved me from sabotaging my own company, we are the highest we've ever been. We are working across 23 states with over 500,000 students. We're seeing those students effectively identify, express, and manage their emotions. My team is working together better than any team I've ever managed, and we're preparing to raise our Series A. That said, I recently shared with the same friend that I'm prepared to get knocked down again soon. Not because I'm trying to be humble, but because this is the cyclical nature of building things. We will rise and we will fall, and we are going to sit in those valleys, and it's going to be painful. And we have to embrace that, to know that it's all part of the experience. Someone once told me that self-work sometimes hurts the way that it should. We can't love if we don't love ourselves. We can't learn if we're afraid. In order to lead, in order to build, we have to embrace these parts of ourselves and really face them head on and sit in them. We can't ignore the pain. Pain is part of the experience, especially in any successful company. But we can anticipate the pain, and we can plan for it, and we can stay level-headed and focused and know that it's part of the experience. And it's really up to us to choose how we respond to that pain and suffering. So I invite you all to please stand, join me in standing. And as you stand, think about one challenge, one stressor, one moment of pain that you are experiencing, either in yourself or in your work or in your home. And we are going to move through that stressor, move through that challenge. We're going to shake it off physically. And just join me in doing it. Just follow along and count out loud. And as we shake it off, I want you to think of one intention or one offering that you can commit to make for yourself, to fill yourself up with calming confidence, to know that you can tackle any challenge, that you can ride any wave, that you can climb any mountain? What is one source of validation or self-love that you can nurture yourself with in knowing that you have that calming confidence, in knowing that you have your breath? So when we've identified that stressor or challenge, we're gonna shake it off, just follow along. And when we get down to 1, 1, 1, 1, I'm gonna go like this, and we're gonna take one collective inhale. And when I go like this, we are going to all shout our offering, our commitment to ourselves to restore the calming confidence that we have in ourselves and know that we can ride that wave. All right? My Move This World people in the crowd, just be really loud so everyone can follow along with you. Okay, let's do this. Here we go. Let's shake out that stress or that moment of pain. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, count out loud. 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 2, 1, 2,